Hello everybody, my name is Sissy and today we're going to go through 10 tips and resources to level up your building skills, plus a bonus resource at the end. Number 1, More Lot Sizes by Catherine TCJD. When you place an empty lot in The Sims 2, you'll notice that not all sizes are available. For example, you can place a 2x4 lot, but you can't place a 4x2 lot. I don't know why that is, but luckily for us, Catherine has done all the hard work of filling in the gaps. You can download residential, community, and beach lots for your game in all the sizes that are missing from The Sims 2. To make it even easier, Catherine clearly labels which of these empty lots are residential, community, beach residential, or beach community. Be sure to follow the install instructions on the download page and put these in your lot catalog, not your downloads folder. The next time you load up your game, they'll be in your lot catalog for you to use anytime you want to create a new lot so that you can make the neighborhood of your dreams. It's important to note that the custom lot sizes by Catherine will not appear in the empty lots area of your lot bin. It will appear in the lots and houses bin. You can see here, for example, we have a 1x1 residential and a 1x1 community. And once you get to beach lot sizes, you can get a 1x5, residential, and community. Catherine has grouped all of these at the end of your lot catalog so that they're easy to find and they're in an intuitive order. Number 2, Default Replacement Walls. There's nothing wrong with the gray default walls in the game. However, PsychoSim has default replacement walls which include a scale. This lets you see exactly how tall your wall is, which is useful when you're creating basements, attached garages, or otherwise using the constrained floor elevation sheet. Since this is a default replacement, it can go directly into your downloads folder. Once you have your default replacement wall installed, whenever you use your wall tool, the default replacement wall will show up in the game. If you've only done standard building before, this may not seem like a big deal, but trust me, this small download will be a big help. Number 3, adding basements to existing lots. This is a quick floor plan that I put together for us to use during today's video. It's not glamorous, but it'll do. In order to add a basement to an existing build, you first need to go into your foundation. Then, select your terrain tool and select your lower terrain tool. Now you're going to want to go 12 clicks down. Your basement will be one tile in from the edge of your foundation. So I'm going to choose this corner area right here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then I'm going to choose my level terrain tool. I'm going to click there and I'm going to drag. Be sure to leave space at least one tile in from your foundation. So this is where I've utilized the entire area underneath the house. Now I don't necessarily need to use all this area and I can bring the terrain back up later if I don't want to. So if you're not sure where your basement's going to be, you can go ahead and do this. You'll notice that on the main floor, nothing's changed because all I've done is lower the terrain. I haven't built any walls or stairs or anything like that. So I'm going to go down to the bottom and now I'm going to build my walls. You'll notice that I have absolutely no trouble building the walls because now the depth is 16 clicks deep. I did 12 clicks and the foundation adds another 4, making a total of 16. So now build your walls wherever you'd like them for your basement. I've just gone ahead and created a basement in the main area of the home. Now before I can attach this level to the main level, I need to actually remove the foundation because although I've edited the terrain and I've placed walls, there is actually still foundation in this area. And this is where our floor tiles will get messed up. So go to the area that you have your walls, hold down your control key. You'll notice that my cursor switches from building to demolishing and drag. And now I'm going to actually remove the foundation in that area. Now you'll see if I go up one level, the floor tiles in that space are now gone because the floor tiles were sitting on top of the foundation and that foundation is now gone. Before I put my floor tiles back, however, I'm going to put my stairs to the bottom level. And this is actually where we move on to our next tip. Number 4, placing stairs. If you're not used to building in The Sims 2, or even if you are, you may have run into an area where you can't place stairs everywhere that you want to. You'll get this thing that says can't place step. And that's because you're trying to place the stairs next to a wall. There are a lot of ways that you can get around this by demolishing items, placing your stairs, and then putting them back. But there is actually an easier way. Open up your cheat window with Ctrl-Shift-C, and then type Move Objects On, and click Enter. Now, you can actually place the stairs next to a wall, or really wherever you'd like. No need to remove walls or do any demolition to place your stairs. Just make sure they're in a place where your Sims can access them. When you're done, if you want to continue within the confines of the game, go ahead and open up your cheat menu with Ctrl-Shift-C and make sure to turn Move Objects off. Then the game will have all of its normal safeguards in place. For my stairs, I actually want to do some split level stairs. So let's move on to tip number 5, split levels. In your Foundation and Decks tab, you'll have your normal foundations, your decks, and your split level interior foundation. You may be asking what the difference between this and your normal foundation is, since they're exactly the same height. The difference is that you can place these next to your walls. It'll actually create a shorter area. This is great if you want to create sunken living rooms or split level homes. It's also great for creating split level stairs. In my case, I'm going to take half of my basement and I'm going to turn it into a split level basement. So now that I have my split level, you'll see that half of my basement, the walls are 16 clicks high, and half of my basement, the walls are 12 clicks high. You also need to decide where the top of your stairs are going to be, since that's where you're going to place your landing. I actually want my stairs to land right here. So then select your staircase and place your landing on your tile. Now if I go down into the basement, my stairs are on the split level, but there's no way for my Sims to get to the sunken half. I could place the other part of my staircase in any of these spaces so that I can have a split level. For this particular build, I'm just going to leave the bottom of the stairs right next to the other part of the staircase. Before I keep going, let's replace our floor tiles upstairs. Now you'll see that I was able to replace all the floor tiles except the floor tiles around the stairs, which I'm just going to cover with a wall. If I go downstairs, my Sims can now access the basement, but I think I want to add some more walls. I'd like to hide that empty space in the corner and also add some more dimension to these rooms downstairs. Let's move on to tip number 6, stair walls. In the upstairs portion, I like the way that my wall looks because it completely covers looking down into the basement. However, since my basement isn't going to have any windows, I'd like a little bit more of an open feel. In fact, this wall that I used to block off the empty space in the back of the stairs and the stairs themselves, I wish had a little bit more visibility. And this is where stair walls come into place. These stair walls allow you to be able to see past the wall through the stairs and also the railings if you add them to your stairs. They also let you place a wall next to your stairs, which can have the same paint or wallpaper as the rest of your room, making your stairs blend in seamlessly. The stair wall railings show up under your staircases tab. These are called the stair wall fix. You'll notice that the names of the stair wall fixes are pretty descriptive. This gives you one tile if you use a constrained floor elevation split level, near a maxis split level, or on top of a maxis split level. That would be what we're using. So if I only want it to show one space through, I would use this one. I can also do the same for 2 tiles and 3 tiles. For this build, I'm going to use the 2 tile. This allows for some increased visibility in my basement, but gives me 2 full walls to work with for placing objects or wall decorations. If you use your design tool or when you place it, these stair wall fixes also come in multiple colors, so that you can choose one that either matches your paint, wallpaper, staircase, or decor. I'm just going to set it to white for now. One final thing I want to show you is that if you use your railing tool to add railings, you can place those on top of the stair wall fixes. Now that we have our split level basement with our stair wall and all of our main floor tiles back in place, it's time to move on to our next project, attaching a garage to a foundation. Before we build our attached garage, let's take a look at our driveway and decide where we would want it to be. I think I would like to put it here, and I want my attached garage to be here. You have to put a wall between the main driveway and the extension, because this is where your garage door will go. But you can't attach this garage to your house. So what are you supposed to do? Place the walls where they need to go for your door and on the sides of the garage that are not next to your house. In my case, that would be this. So now that I have the layout for my garage and I know where I want to put it, I'm going to go to Control-Shift-C to open up my cheat menu. And I'm going to type in Bool Prop Constrained Floor Elevation False. Typically, to turn cheats on, you do true, and to turn them off, you do false. But with the constrained floor elevation, what you are doing is you are turning off the game constraints on floor elevation, and then when you're done, you will turn them back on. So you start with false. So now that our constrained floor elevation is off, what you're going to do is go to your terrain tool, and you're going to get out your level terrain tool. Then you're going to click somewhere that's on top of your foundation, that is either in front of or behind all of your garage walls. And that's because I'm going to drag over the entirety of my garage walls. So I'm going to click this tile here, and I'm going to drag it over all of my garage walls, and then release. And you'll notice that now I made all of my garage walls 4 clicks tall, so that they're the same height as the foundation. There's actually 2 ways to do this, and I'm showing you the easier way. Now this empty space, I'm going to add a foundation to where the rest of our garage wall should be. Now you can go ahead and use your wall tool to add the rest of your walls around your garage. Now we're going to do the scary part. Go to your garage tab and select the garage door you want to add and place it. Now you'll notice that the walls above and next to the garage door shoot up, and that's because the door has to be on a full-size wall. We're going to fix this in a second. Go ahead and place your garage door down. Then go back to your terrain tool, get out your level terrain tool, and go up a floor. Select any floor tile and drag it over that wall. That brings that second level to the correct height. You'll notice that the walls on the left and right side of the garage door on the bottom floor are still sloped. This will be covered when you paint your walls, although not all wall textures will look great, but don't worry, I have a tip for that also. Before we get to that though, let's go ahead and finish off the inside of our garage by adding stairs to this foundation inside of the garage. If you want to place it next to a wall, like I did, be sure to use your Move Objects On cheat. Now let's move on to number 8, Custom Wall Types. Custom walls will show up in your Wall tool, Walls and Rooms. In addition to the Wall tool, I have the Unlevel Wall, Invisible Wall, Prison Wall, and No Cutaway Wall. If you choose to use these, make sure to read the description on the download page. My favorite is the Unlevel Wall. To demonstrate this, let's take this sloped wall right here, which is stretched to one side. We're going to use our sledgehammer tool to remove it, and then I'm going to select my unlevel wall and place it down. Now it looks just like my other walls. This one over here is still sloped, and I'm going to show you how this can help you elevate your builds with some paint. So if I go to my paint tool and I go into poured, let's select this Southwestern style stucco in coral. I can paint my house with this stucco, and that wall doesn't look too bad. If you zoom in, you may be able to see it stretched, but honestly, you can't really tell. But what if I wanted to use something with a little bit more dimension? For example, what if I want to use the Shiver Me Timbers wood siding in ice blue? Now, if I put this on the wall, you'll see that that sloped wall stands out like a sore thumb. But if I put this same wallpaper on my unlevel wall, which is not stretched, there's no issue. It looks and acts just like a regular wall. It lets you put whatever wallpaper or siding that you want without worrying about how it's going to look on a sloped wall. Let's move on to working on the details of our house with number 9, ceilings. we go into the house, even if I have my roofs on, I haven't added a ceiling. However, if I go into the basement, since there are floor tiles on the main floor of the home, there is a default ceiling. If you go into what we usually call floor tiles, it's actually called floors and ceilings. And if you go into miscellaneous, there is one called white top ceiling. So if we go into the main level of our home and actually move our cursor facing up, I'm going to click Shift so that it does the entire room. This is that same ceiling. You'll notice that it costs 0 simoleons. However, you can add any of these floor tiles that you want to be your ceiling. This can really make your Sims builds feel more immersive. For example, maybe I'm building a cabin and I want a wood texture. Maybe I'm building something on Tweaky Island and I want some woven banana leaves. Don't be afraid to theme your ceilings with your wall coverings to create the look and feel that you want. For example, what about adding clouds to a children's bedroom? Or even some aged wood for an old abandoned building. Speaking of floor tiles, let's move on to tip number 10, quarter tile floors. A lot of Simmers know about the quarter tile placement treat, which if you open your cheat menu and then type in set quarter tile placement on, and then click Ctrl F. Now you can move any object within a quarter tile. I could take this potted plant, and instead of having it on this wall or this wall, I can actually place it in the middle. Did you know that you can use the same method with floor tiles? For example, I have this fireplace in this house with some wood floors. Rather than purchasing a rug from the buy catalog, maybe I want to add my own. So if I go into my floors and ceilings and click on carpet, I'm going to pick this royal blue carpet and I'm going to put it in front of my fireplace. So let's say that I wanted this rug to be a little bit more dynamic than just blue. In order to use your quarter tile placement cheat, you need to always click Ctrl F. So I'm going to select this bliss carpet in teal, and I'm going to go ahead and add some dimension to my rug. Now, instead of just a plain blue rug, I have a striped rug, a custom rug that I made with my floor tiles for use in my game. I can't get this in the buy catalog. And you can use the same method to create other patterns. For example, I could create a rug here, select my teal, Ctrl F, and now what if I just wanted to create a diamond pattern? Now I've created a different custom rug. And the good thing about floor tiles is if I wanted to change these colors, let's say I wanted to use this overwear carpet in chinchilla, if you hover over any floor tile and click Shift, it will change all of the floor tiles of that type in that room. So I could very easily change the colors without having to redo the entire pattern. Before I talk about the bonus resource, be sure to leave me a comment letting me know which build tip or resource is your favorite. Let's talk a little bit about LotAdjuster. LotAdjuster is a tool by Mutilda, which allows you to modify Sims 2 lots in various ways. But my building tip is actually to use the expand and shrink feature. So when you build a lot in The Sims 2, I highly recommend building on a lot bigger than what you need, because using the LotAdjuster, you can always change the configuration of the lot from a 3x3 to a 3x4 or a 4x3, etc. You can make the lot smaller after you're done building, or you can expand the lot like I'm about to do, to create a bigger backyard, a bigger side yard, or even just to move things around. For our tutorial house, you'll notice that there are 3 tiles on the left, and there are 3 tiles to the right of our walkway. But what if I wanted to move the walkway out a little bit further? I might want a little bit more space. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the 3 tiles on this side and change it to 2, and we're going to change this from 3 tiles to 4. So we're actually going to move the lot so that it is larger on the right side of the structure and shorter on the left side of the structure. And I'm also going to expand the backyard by 10 tiles, which will give us plenty of space for Sims to move into this lot and have a pool. We could also expand this to be a 2-car garage, etc. So let's load up LotAdjuster and see how to do that, and then we'll come back and look at our tutorial lot to see what it looks like. Be sure to read the instructions on the LotAdjuster page after you download it. So I'm going to show you my 2 favorite things to do in LotAdjuster at the same time. Once you open LotAdjuster, click Start. Then choose your neighborhood. We are using my testing building neighborhood, and then select your lot. The name of our tutorial lot is aptly named Video, and click Next. I always click Advanced right away so that it shows me all of the options. Don't worry, we're not going to do anything too advanced. But what we are going to do is click this button next to Enable Shrinkage. This allows us to put negative numbers in these areas. So on the left side, we're going to do -1, and on the right side, we're going to enter 1. This keeps our lot exactly the same size, it just moves one of those empty spaces on the left to the right side of the lot. And then in the back, I'm actually going to add 10 to make this lot 10 tiles bigger. Now that I've made my changes, I'm going to click Finish. Now when you first load into the lot, it may look a little bit weird. Don't worry, that's to be expected. Click on your wall tool, place a piece of wall, and save. Then go back out to the neighborhood. Then using your Lots and Houses tab, click the Move or Rotate, pick up your lot, and just move it. Now, load back into it. Now when you load the lot, you'll notice that everything looks the way that it should. Our left side, which previously had 3 tiles, now has 2, and our right side, which previously had 3 tiles, now has 4. In addition, you'll notice that the back of the lot is 10 tiles longer. At this point, you can get rid of the test wall that you created using your sledgehammer tool, and you can continue building. If you'd like to see more videos like this, be sure to tap that like button, and I will see you back here for another video very soon.